I don't know, I couldn't get my arm up fast enough, but then he like took off so fast.
Weeks after an incident that saw Carrie Hill cling and be thrown from the side of a Duffy's cab here in Winnipeg, she says she's still in pain. And now data from the city shows that she's not alone in her negative experience with cabs in the city.
He had no respect for me at all.
Over the last 3 years, there have been roughly 300 complaints either filed criminally or under the city's vehicle for hire bylaw. That's among the more than 2,000 inquiries 311 received about the city's taxi industry since 2018, and officials say among those numbers could also be complaints.
I don't know how this happens all the time.
For Hill, whose dangerous interaction with a cab driver was caught on film and shared widely, she says the industry in Winnipeg needs a revamp, with those behind the wheel getting more information and training, both professionally and culturally, to ensure what happened to her never happens again.
I just know that in a cab, you're supposed to feel safe. I'm supposed to get from point A to point B safely, and without any hassle, and you know, and that's like, it's not what happens.
The man who shot the video said he was horrified to see what transpired as Hale was trying to get her cell phone back from the cab driver, who reportedly asked her to pay $50 to have the property returned.
And she was scraped cuts all over her legs.
He says dash cams in cabs should be running both audio and video the minute the interaction starts between a customer and a driver, and regularly reviewed to ensure the service being offered is suitable and safe.
They can see the passengers, how they conduct themselves with the drivers, and the drivers, how they conduct themselves with the passengers. Because a lot of times when I get into a cab, it's not, hi, how are you doing? Where can I take you? It's, give me your money. It's not right then and there. It puts the customer in a sour spot.
He says a review of the industry to ensure it's safe is important, as he worries there are many incidents that have not been caught on camera.
Because if they're getting away with this, then who knows what else they're getting away with.
The driver of the vehicle, a 51-year-old man, has since been charged as a result of the incident and now stands accused of extortion, dangerous operation of a vehicle, and failed to exercise due care for a pedestrian. Rajwant Barar, director of Duffy's board of directors, did not respond to numerous requests for comments from City News, but in a previous interview said the driver involved had been terminated and safety is a priority for the company. Asked about the hundreds of complaints and thousands of inquiries the city has received through 311 on its vehicle for hire bylaw, the city's top elected official says,
Improved passenger and driver safety has been the #1 priority since taking the service over.
Bowman says the city has already required improvements to surveillance equipment in cabs, but notes complaints are taken seriously.
There is active and ongoing dialogue with community leaders, including community leaders in our Indigenous community, and that's something that I think is really important and really helpful for everyone. And so, you know, obviously wouldn't rule out additional safeguards and measures that we can do as a municipal government. And I think we should remain open to doing what we can going forward to protect the safety of passengers as well as drivers.
Efforts being made by the City of Winnipeg appear to be improving cab safety, as the number of criminal and bylaw-specific complaints are going down. For those who have had a negative experience with cabs in the city, they're encouraged to call 311 or 911 if they feel the complaint is criminal in nature. In Winnipeg, Morgan Majeski, City News.